Live and in person, it's the Friday Flap. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on a Wednesday morning, 11:31 in the morning. This is a Friday Flap on Wednesday. Why, I don't know. It just is. I decided to do this out in the driveway. I didn't go to the park or anything like that, but I am out in the car. A couple of things I wanted to mention about that while I was here. The new flash drive, whatever you want to call it, the 128 gigabyte flash drive that I'm using in that new holder that I got several weeks ago, is now working. It took a long time for that to finally catch up and record all the music that's on the flash drive. And so, you know, as such, it would work a little bit and then stop working. But now it's pretty much working all the time, so I'm happy about that. And at least it is working as it should work now, and so that's good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I was kind of concerned it wasn't going to work at all at first, but, you know, it started working, so is what it is, I reckon. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Well, I don't think I made a video yesterday. I picked up my groceries yesterday at Walmart. Everything went all right except for one item they didn't have was the chicken breast, sliced chicken breast in the deli. Every time it pops up on the as they have it in stock, I try to order some because I enjoy that as far as making sandwiches out of that. And again, it doesn't always pop up. There seem to be out of it a lot, and this was no exception. They said it was there. I ordered 2 pounds of it, and when it came time to pick it up, it was not there. So that one I kind of expected. It wasn't something that because, like I say, they are out of it so much. But anyway, not a big deal. I had other stuff. I bought bean soup. I bought ham. I did get the ham this time from the deli, so happy about that. I had ham sandwiches last night for dinner. It was good. Shop work. I started making a video yesterday in the shop. I don't know that I'll probably post that Thursday, which is tomorrow, and then you'll see this on Friday. Not really sure yet for sure, but I want to get the Heathkit C3 listed on eBay. I think I'm up to the point where I could probably pack that up and ship it off if it sells, or I should say when it sells, because it will sell on eBay. The problem I'm having now with getting things, like I said, there'll be a couple of items on the video tomorrow that show I did yesterday, and I got in the mail, so I did get that radio that I was talking about, that Motorola, so that will be on there. Or it should have already been. Once you see this, part of the problem with making videos in advance like this is you kind of lose track of where you're at and your talking. You know what I mean? When I say this or that, you guys don't know what I'm talking about today, tomorrow, or the next day, whatever. I try to mention when the video is made, when I make a video, just like I did this morning, saying it was Wednesday morning. You know, that helps, I think, a little bit, but doesn't always go as far as it should, maybe, to putting the point across or whatever. So that's pretty much all of that. I'm out here in the car. It's a little cool out. I think it's in the 60s. Low 60s is that. And the wind is blowing today, and I'm here with the windows up in the car on the driveway. It's plenty warm in here. No problem with that. And like I said, I almost cracked the window before, but I thought, well, I'll try it without it and see what happens. So I am. Not sure how this is going to pick up. There's a light shining on the camera from up above here. Let's see. I don't know how much. See, now that puts it in the shade, and just me holding my hand up there. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I want to see if it does or not, and that way I'll know next time not to do this. So I'll go back to the other way. But anywho, that's that. Bright sunny day out today, nice sunshine, and like I said, it's not really cold, but it's coolish at 61. Cool nights. I wake up to the house, it's with no heat, 70 degrees in the house the last 2 mornings, so that's not really cold, but it's, to me, not warm either, so I don't know, whatever. Back to shop talk again. The work gloves that I ordered from Walmart will be here tomorrow. Hopefully. They are in Indianapolis. They did the Indianapolis-Cincinnati bounce a couple times. Not really sure why. But they came from, I think, Knoxville, Tennessee, I believe. And then they went directly to Cincinnati, Ohio. Then they went to Indianapolis, and then they went back to Cincinnati. I'm not really sure why, but they did. So, like I said, they are back in Indianapolis now, so hopefully those will show up tomorrow. I have ordered a couple of items for my computer. My hard drive space on the external drive that I just created, well, when I first started using Linux, is already pretty much out of space. I think there's 58 gigabytes left on it, and video files is mainly the culprit for that because you know, I make videos, and I probably don't need to save all the videos that I make, especially the ones I upload to YouTube, because they are on YouTube and they can be downloaded from there if need be. And so I tend to erase those first when I run out of space, and that's probably what I'll do this time. But I do have a new hard drive ordered, and it should be here also tomorrow. It's a 3 terabyte Hitachi drive, and I'll flash up a picture of that. I ordered it on Newegg. Used to order a lot of computer stuff on Newegg, and there's always a pretty good place to order from. So. Also have a new hard drive enclosure coming. I wasn't sure. I've been looking at the enclosures, and it seems to be that they have to be rated for the size of the drive that you're using, and so I'm sure the old one I had probably wasn't going to handle it. 3 terabytes. It's only 1 terabyte. But I went ahead and ordered a new one. It looks like a nice one. I'll flash up a picture of that also. That's supposed to be here Monday, I believe. I'm not really sure about it, though. It hadn't actually been shipped yet. Amazon gets in no hurry about shipping things, but then once they usually ship it, it gets here like the next day or so when they do ship it. So that's good. The gloves I ordered from Walmart because they were fairly inexpensive. I think $6 with free shipping. So I thought, well, that's not too bad. And that's when I went ahead and bought the MaxiFlex gloves. I've seen other people on YouTube wear those, and I thought I'd give them a shot, and I don't know how good they're going to be. They will keep the blisters down, I hope. My blister's about gone. I did do some nibbling since I think yesterday on the MFP. Why do I always say that wrong? So that's going to be about done by the time the gloves. Cause I go back in there and I stop and sit at the bench for a little bit, and I think, oh, and I'll nibble a few things while I'm there. I try not to nibble too much, so I don't want to wear that blister out again. But I'll go down in the line a little bit and put some more nibbles in, and it should just about be nibbled by the time the gloves get here, I think. But anyway, that's not a big deal because there'll be other items that I'll need gloves for. There's other times that I use like screwdrivers or something like that where I've rubbed blisters into my hands that way. Used to didn't be that way. I mean, I used to work on cars all the time and use tools like that and never had a problem with that. But as you get older, your skin gets thinner or whatever, gets less elastic, I guess, is probably the best way of saying it. And they tend to do that. So the gloves will help on that, I think, and we'll see. But I've been doing the cherry juice, the concentrated cherry juice, tart cherry juice. I've been doing a shot of that a day, and I think it's been helping. Like I said, the hand is pretty much is okay, except for this right here. It's still sore because it hasn't been used a lot. But I try to use it more and more and bend it around and get it back used to being used. And like I said, I don't have a lot of power in my hand as far as gripping like that. But I can now get my noodle bags open. That was a problem before. I was having to take a knife and run down through there to open them up. But I get that done now, and like I said, I can get other things done with it, and so that's been good. No problems there. The radio, like I talked about, you'll see in the video from Thursday when you watch it. It's smaller than I thought it would be. When I seen a suit or lunchbox type portable radio, and I saw the color of it, I don't know why they're all the same color, but they are. It's the same color as the GE 150 I have, and it's a lunchbox portable. And it's a lot bigger than that one. And I just kind of figured, because of having to hold batteries, it would be bigger, but apparently not. So I probably want to start taking that apart and getting that ready to go as far as getting that oscillator, mixer oscillator section to work. And so, that's going to be done. And no hurry about that, but I just kind of want to get there. Now, the other radio I bought is kind of interesting because according to eBay, usually you get a notice when they ship it, and it has not been shipped yet. And that's been some time now. It was, before the weekend or the weekend, I guess, is when I bought it. And it, according to, eBay, has not been shipped yet. It was supposed to be here today, according to their original estimation, but I don't know what happened. They have to email their guy and message him on eBay and find out what the problem is. The person is in Pennsylvania, and I was thinking it should get here fairly quickly because of that, but it hasn't happened yet. So there's a possibility. Sometimes they're shipped without tracking numbers, but it's rare if they ship with the post office. And of course, there's always a possibility that shipped with another service and didn't bother, posting the tracking number. That's a possibility also. But FedEx normally now, like FedEx gave me a notice last night and this morning that I would be getting a package tomorrow. That's the hard drive from Newegg, and so I'll be getting that. They usually text my phone and let me know when I'm getting a package. So now UPS, I don't get any notice unless there is a tracking number or something like that. But it's all right. So like I said, we'll see what happens. But so far, no packages have shown up today. So we'll see, I guess. The other things that I'm working on as far as the shop and the MFP is the plug-in or the little circuit board I'm making to power the 9-volt devices on the panel itself. And I've got all of the stuff for that now, except for the little step-down board that takes it down to 3 volts for the DMM, and I haven't got that. That's doesn't have the same type of tracking out of China. It just says departed destination country or destination customs, I think is the way it said. And really, that's all I've gotten. And that was 3 or 4 days ago, so maybe even longer. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it's been a while since that was posted. So I don't know what the hang-up is in that. It seems like once they get in this country, it takes longer to get from the customs and stuff like that than it does from China to here. I don't know why, but that just seems to be the way it works. So that may be a possibility. It may show up here one of these days. And once that arrives, I can finish that board up. I may go ahead and start wiring on it because I've got an idea about how I want to do the other part of it, where the AC adapters plug in. I'm not going to cut those ends off like I was originally. I'm going to take and use those ends and use some of those connectors, the little power connectors on a board, 3 in a row there, so that I can just plug right in and then go on to the board, and I'll use some shrink wrap around that board and then run that over to the other board, which will have all the little octopus leads coming off of it for the devices on the MFP. And that's the plan on that. You know, I always do these unscripted, and 9 times out of 10 I'll forget to say something because I don't script them. I was watching Aging Wheels today. I like that guy on his channel, Robert, and he seems to be pretty good at this, and he scripts all his videos, which, you know, I'm sure he just uses like an outline type thing and goes from there, but you know, that's his way of doing it. My way of doing it is all from this thing up here. Sometimes that fails me, as it has right now. I thought maybe by talking like this it would come back to me what I was going to say, but so far it has not. I do know I was talking about the MFP and getting that other board done. And oh, that's the other thing. Ron C. had mentioned this morning and asked me about the Variac and power transformer playing havoc with the scope and possibly other items on the panel. Now, the transformer objects in that panel, there's the power transformer from the DCC PS2, the Variac, and there's a filament transformer. All 3 of those are going to be mounted inside there. Those will not be active unless they are called for. In other words, they'll stay off unless I need to use them for something. The rest of the items that go from that little octopus board will be powered on all the time. In other words, as soon as you turn the bench on, they'll come on and they will be available. But the other, I don't think I need to have the Variac active all the time, and that whole setup, or the filament until it's needed, because like I said, it does create some electromagnetic, whatever, fields there that can interfere with things. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just put that on one big switch, and that way because 9 times out of 10 if I'm powering something from that DC power supply, I may need a filament voltage to go along with it. So I'm going to do that. I want to get that radio, that Motorola, broke down to where I can get the oscillator, mixer oscillator section running on its own. I want to do a proof of concept as far as getting it to tune in some stations and just using a signal tracer. And that's another thing. I want to get the other signal tracer that I've been working on, or bought parts for, and get that done. All these things I have planned. Of course, all of them were put on hold. My hand and arm problem, but that's getting better. Now I'm trying to get back to active duty, as it were. So, like I said, the gloves will be here tomorrow. I'll get the nipping done on that, get that all done. Hopefully, maybe even get the other one nipped. I've got one more nipping to do, is for that AC voltmeter, and I've got to do that, and that will be done hopefully. And then the other little function generator, I think, doesn't require so much nipping. I hope. We'll see. I hope. I have somebody that's, I'm not going to mention any names because I haven't heard from that person to let me know if it's okay, but I have had an offer to send me another computer, and one that's a little bit more, I shouldn't say a little bit more, it's a lot more powerful than the one I have now. The one I have now is, for anybody that doesn't know, is a MicroStar International MSI motherboard. P55 GD80 is the number on it. It was a good board when I bought it back in 2009. It's not considered a great board now. I bought it for a specific purpose, and that was that it could hold or could power 3 video cards, because I wanted to run 6 monitors at the time. You know, you get these things up your butt well, it makes you want to do things, and that's what I did. And I ran that monitor setup for quite a while. It was kind of neat to have, but it was a good, like I said, a good system when I bought it. And when I bought it, it had 8 gigs of RAM. Now, since that time, I had used RAM for other things and tried to put in different RAM to get it to work, and it wouldn't work with anything over 4 gig. And that's what I've been limited to in MX Linux. And that has really limited my abilities in Shotcut, because it just seems to kind of go crazy when I do a video that's any length at all and try to do any kind of special effects on it. So, like I said, this new system, I'll be talking more about that when I have more information on it. But that's what this new hard drive and hard drive enclosure is mainly for. I mean, even if I didn't get that new system, it could still be used with what I've got. It's USB 3. It should be fast enough to be, for storage drives like that. Now, that's the way my computers are set up. I have the operating system on an internal drive, and it runs from the operating system on the internal drive. Now, when I upload, or not upload, but when I save data files, like video files or anything like that, they go to the external drive, and they reside there. Now, I don't have to have blazing speeds for that, because it's not used while the computer's running and things like that. It's not necessary for it. So anyway, we're hopeful that this new system will be a good one as far as getting video work done. My primary focus is videos, if you haven't noticed that. I enjoy the videos. So anyway, that's a new possibility coming up too. So I wanted to kind of throw that in there in the mix and let you know about that. But like I said, the other thing, as far as the video is concerned, I have the 1K drawing to do. Now, I have decided this is going to be my last drawing for a good while, because for one thing, I don't believe, other than maybe rewarding one user or viewer, really I don't think the drawings do that much on as far as improving your channel. Like I said, it's a give back. I understand that, and no, that's no problem with that. But it becomes increasingly more difficult with the current situation in the world to mail things anywhere out of the States, and to do stuff like that. And so I try to choose something that can be provided internationally or whatever, and work the same way. So I've been giving it some thought, and like I said, I will eventually come up with a plan for that. No big hurry. I'm at, I think, 1050 now or something like that. So like I said, no big plans for that right now. Also, another thing that's increasingly hard for me is coming up with a new way of picking a winner. I think I watched George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man's latest giveaway, and he got up on a ladder and shook down the things from a hat, and the first one grabbed was the one, and that was kind of interesting. I like that, but it just becomes a little more difficult to come up with an innovative type of way to pick that winner. The last man standing, I thought that was kind of interesting, but again, that's old hat now. But so we'll get something going, I'm sure. So that's that. Weather, like I said, is cooler, but not cold yet by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm happy about that. Like I say, I'm actually hot. I'm sitting out here right now with the windows up, but I thought, I'll go ahead and make this video with less noise, and I'd rather stay a little warm than a little cool anytime. But I think that's just about gonna do it. I think that's all I've got to say. Whew, that was a lot. I remember pretty good this time. Like I said, I'll naturally forget something that I wanted to talk about, but that can come up the next Friday. I want to come up with better graphics this time for the Friday Flap thumbnail. I wasn't very creative on that at all, so I want to do that too, but we'll get there. Other projects like I do want to mention again, the other project I was talking about is the VTVM, the Heathkit IM28. I want to get back into that. I want to get that done. I was watching a buddy over at the radio shop, and he was doing an alignment, and they are just ideal for radio alignments, the VTVMs are, and I like to have one. I know I've got the panel meter coming, or going to be here, but I just kind of like to have one for those times where I want a little bit more accurate or a little more visual, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of like to have that, and that's one of the reasons I wanted a VTVM originally. And I know I have other, I have the FET VOMs that will do that now. I have the Sencore that does work pretty good. Could you be used for that? I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, that's stuff I wanted to think about and find the actual. I put these things up on the shelves, and I'm pretty sure I know where this one's at. I just got to get to it and take it down and see if that's it, and find out. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention here on that one is the fact that I have not taken the main, I believe it's the selector, range selector switch apart, and I think I just taken the leads from it, and I left all the components on it, the precision resistors, things like that. I don't plan on doing that, taking that apart. There's no sense in it. I'll check the wiring, make sure it's correct. I'll check the accuracy of the precision resistors, make sure they are correct. And maybe if there's a cap on there, I might replace that. But other than that, I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think there's really no sense in taking that all apart and putting it all back together, just for the sake of doing it, because I'm not going to be replacing any components on it that I know of. So that's one of the things I will be changing on that. But for the C3, I did that, and like I said, I'm not sorry I did, because the one thing that had that big switch on it, I called the octopus. I think I replaced about everything on that. So I don't. That's understandable. I mean, if you're going to replace it anyway, you might as well take it apart and clean it off and go from scratch. But on this one, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think it's going to take near as long to build this VTVM as it did the C3, but I will find out, I guess. So anyway, that's coming up. The new project with the tube and the transistor radio and the IC radio, hybrid radio, is coming up. That's going to be done. I have given it a little more thought on the switching to Patreon. I'm going to delay that for the time being, unless I can come up with something that is worthwhile to give a benefit. In other words, I don't believe that you should take and just charge, admission basically for videos that are the same thing you put on YouTube for free. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I know some people do theirs and they post it on Patreon first, and then a few days later, or maybe a week later, they post it on YouTube. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm just a cheap bastard, so I'm gonna wait and see it that way. But anyway, it's me. I think it's not worth the trouble of subscribing to Patreon or applying or whatever, purchasing the whatever thing it takes to do that. I think it's unless you're going to get something that's exclusive to Patreon. And now Mr. Carlson, I think he does his exclusively. Now once in a great while he'll share a Patreon video, which is good. I think the history guy does that too. I think he shares something from Patreon every once in a while, which is a good idea, because that way you get to look and see maybe what you're missing, if not for lack of a better word, so I think that's probably a good idea. So, like I said, for now, that's going to be on hold until I can come up with a decent amount of video quality video is what I'm trying to say, that will be worth the subscription fee. You know, to me, you know, if I'm not giving something that's worth something, why would you pay for it? That's just the way I figured. Also, I wanted to mention, and this is in regards to the computer system, I do very, very much appreciate all of the things that people have sent me over the years, and I just want to mention that. It's very much appreciated. I'm not saying that I couldn't live without it, but it is very much appreciated because it helps me to make videos, which I enjoy doing. And so, you know, to that end, I really, really appreciate the people's offers to send things, and people that do send things, and stuff like that. I just I can't express myself any better than that, than say I appreciate the efforts that you guys go to send me things and help commenting and things like that. Everything you guys do, I appreciate it. Like I said, it's this video, YouTube video stuff I do for my own pleasure. I'm hopeful and you know, thankful that it does find an audience as far as you guys out there that watch this. I don't know why you watch it. Just, you know, I said the other, I was talking to Bob about watching Jim Melendez, his videos, and they put me to sleep. That's usually what I watch when I want to take a nap in my chair. But I was watching one of my own videos, and darn if I didn't fall asleep. So, you know, I understand it. You know, I try to keep my videos down to an acceptable level, and so that they're not boring, but everybody goes through it. I don't care who you are. You go through this process, and like I said, it's just, you try to keep it fresh and try to keep it interesting. Sometimes it works. You know, that's a good example of what I was talking about on a new project. I thought it was going to be one of these things that everybody said, hey, that's cool, and it wasn't. and you know, it's okay, it is to me, but you know, just because it is to me, I thought, well, you know, maybe it ain't to nobody else, so, or it isn't to anybody else. I don't know, I can't talk today. But like I said, it's just it's fun to come up with ideas like that, and I think, you know, I keep trying, and I think that's half the battle, I reckon. The Buick, it's sitting in there in the garage. I've said to myself, I don't know how many times here lately, I got to get out there and at least put the battery charger back on it, because I don't want to mess that battery up, because I know what happened the last time I left it sit there. So I want to get that on there and get that to where it stays charged all the time, and that way if I want to back it out or whatever I need to do, I can. And like I say, I have the components now for putting that rubber in around the windows, and I'm just not doing it. I'm thinking about maybe working on it this winter. I want to try again. It stays 60 degrees in the garage at the least, so you know that's not terribly cold if you're wearing some good heavy clothing and stuff, and you're busy. That's another thing about your staying or warm is if you stay busy, you generally don't think about it as much. So that's one thing. There's some other things that I wanted to do about the winter time, and I can't remember now what it was, but anyway, it's not a big deal. I've talked long enough. You guys, I think, should have a great day. Again, this will be posted for my Friday flap. And I think that I'm going to go back into the house and perhaps go back into the shop, nibble a little bit more. See if I can't find maybe that VTVM project that I was working on, maybe get that back over towards the bench. That's what I try to do, is migrate things towards the bench, and that way they're handy there, and that way I think about them more when I see them, see the box sitting there, and I tend to think about them more. But you know, it doesn't always work, so guess we'll see. Like I say, you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you